Hello, my paint pouring community. I'm going to use these really lovely, bright and beautiful colours that reminded me of spring, and that's what season we're heading for at the moment in Australia. I did this one quite a while ago now, and it's really one of my favourites. I even got it as a screensaver on my phone, and so have a few other people. So I sort of wanted to create something like it. This one, little tiny cells, and I think because my paints were mixed quite thickly, so I'm not sure that, and these were global paints on this one, so I'm not sure that this pour will come out anything the same, because I'm using the glue all mix and I'm using Mont Marte paints. But the project was to actually, create something similar. So these are the colours that I've mixed a couple of days ago now. So, and that's what I'm going to use in this particular pour. So nice sort of bright uplifting colours. So we'll see what we can do with these, and I hope it gives you some inspiration. I'll just move my canvas a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Would be a good thing, wouldn't it? Okay, hopefully that's... This is, I've put my tape on the back, which I like to do because it keeps the back nice and clean. When you've finished your painting and your sealer, then you take it off. This is a 50 by 40 centimetre canvas. Somebody asked me about gessoing your canvases. Well, in Australia, I think 99% of the time when we buy canvases in Australia, they're actually pre-gessoed. So we don't have to gesso them, and that the normal triple gessoed. So I've hardly ever gessoed any canvases unless it was one that I'd just bought from a shop and wanted to go over with gesso over the original. So anyway, we'll get started with these lovely bright colours. If you head over to my Facebook page, I will put the copy of the colours and my pouring medium recipe that's gone in these Mont Marte paints, and yeah, you'll sort of always see my videos come up on there for the YouTube link. Lots of tips and tricks and little things on there, keep you in the loop. So what shall I do different with this particular one? Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour the stripe. I'm going to pour it from one corner to the next. Oh, this is quite thick, this paint. Just try something a little different way, just see if it actually makes any difference. You go there. This is the that was the purple, just purple from the Mont Marte. Somebody, the previous pours asked me about the Mont Marte. I'll just show you, because global paints were always the big thing. Well, they've sort of gone downhill, and now in Australia, and the company don't supply that we used to get Mont Marte from, are not supplying it, so it's harder to find. So I always did like the Mont Marte, even though it says student acrylic, they're still really heavily pigmented and very rich, creamy paints. So just as the global was, this is probably, and these are actually, from what I'm researching, are sold worldwide. So if I'm painting in them, anybody in America or Europe should still be able to get the Mont Marte. There is a Mont Marte site, an art site that you can go on. Try and put a link to it on my Facebook page. But anyway, they in America, apparently, they get them for about $15 for the 2 litres. Well, the cheapest I've ever got them here is about 23, and they go up to $32, but that's for 2 litres. So, and they're really thick that you have to really coax them out, coax the paint out. So they're really good thick paints, and they're quite really heavily pigmented. So I'm probably changing between those Marte and Byron paints. I've got a lot of global to still use up, but I'll keep, I might just keep trying with those, and I want to see what they're dry like and seal like. So yeah, I'm just going diagonally with this particular one. That was cerulean blue, if anyone, I'm not sure how you say it, but might be just my weird accent. Yes, I'm living in Australia, but I was born and bred in the UK, in Birmingham, Erdington, Birmingham, in the UK, not far from the Villa Ground. So yeah, that's where I'm originally from, but I've been living in Australia a lot longer than I was ever living in the UK. And Australia is truly paradise on earth to me, so love it. Okay, this is the Montmartre's turquoise, and it is, I pre-made the pouring medium. I always 70% Elmer's glue all, not the school glue. I don't like the school glue. It splits for me and I end up getting cracks in my paint. I'm just not happy to use the school glue. Lots of others have said that it works great, but I don't like it at all. So don't know if it's my water doesn't go with it, or what doesn't go with it, but it doesn't do any good for me, the school glue. So I use the Elmer's glue all. And I'm just waiting and waiting on some to come from America that I ordered via eBay. So just hoping that comes in, because I'm on my last bottle of it. Okay, this is, I think it's just called light green in Montmartre. Again, just pouring diagonally. Ooh, not hold on to that, have I? Okay. I want to thank you all that's sending me just beautiful messages and support, and I'm really feeling the love. So I want to thank you all so much. It's really very uplifting for me, and obviously gives me so much encouragement to continue doing what I'm doing. If you're all getting something from it and it's helping in any little way, then I'm very happy. So this is it's just bright yellow, I think, in the Montmartre. Again, I've probably put way too much paint than I need, so I'm just gonna put thinner layers of this now, because when I tilt this around the canvas, obviously cover it nicely. And this is the Montmartre's Brilliant Reds, and it's really vibrant. Even when it's dry, it's really vibrant. So I'm gonna sort of do some big wiggly things over it, still keeping to the diagonally. So yeah, I've got a real spring explosion in there. The only one, I do want to add a little bit of white, but again, I'll just do little strings of it. Not too much. Ooh, that looks, this is like tutti frutti pour. Tutti frutti. I'm just gonna sort of do a little bit of the black, but just very, just a little bit like that, not actually pouring it, I'm just taking it off the stick. So I have got one more colour left, which is the navy, and I'm going to swipe with navy. Had lots of people say when I've put swipes up that's not black or white. Oh, I've never swiped in red, or I've never swiped in navy. Well, oh, please do give it a go. Break the mold, because they some colours I can't. I'm going to put on my Facebook art page. I'll put you some like little compilation of photos of all the different coloured swipes and how they look like. The dark purple crimson looks really lovely. Reds look lovely as a swipe. Even gold, if you're using dark colours underneath, looks great as a swipe. So yeah, don't be shy, just give it a go, because you know there's not it's not a life, so you know, just give things a go. Okay, with this, as I usually do, just tilt it around, but keep recentering your paint so your paint doesn't sit all at one end or all in the middle. Just keep pouring it around. As you know, I had a lot of paint on there, so I can really go to town with pouring it off. Some may like this look, which I've had lots of people say, oh, I liked it before you did any swiping, or well, that's it. That's when you stop. Then you stop where you feel you like what you're getting on your canvas. So I just do what I do because I like this technique that I'm doing, because it creates a different look every single time. Look at that. How bright and beautiful is that one? Very nice. Okay, I hope this is still all in the frame for you. I'm just going to wash my donnies. Just try and think of a couple of questions I've been asked on the videos that I've put up. Is, you know, done exactly as I'm doing, but you're not getting cells. Asking me what I'm using for cells. Well, if you look, I always put up on my comments underneath my pouring medium and what I've used, so it will tell you in there. I know some people don't bother to have a look in that, but please do so, because it only takes you a second, but it takes me ages to answer all of these questions back, which I like to do, but sometimes I've covered them well and truly, and it's just laziness of somebody not wanting to go back and have a look. So I suggest you just look at what I've wrote first. Always, because I don't hide anything, I put what I use. And cells are quite often used with the combination of your pouring medium plus your silicone. Like I've said many times, and I've got it there, I use Helmar. It's an Australian silicone. It's about $6, and you can get it on Amazon and eBay. But it's not just about the silicone. It's to do with your pouring medium and your paint brand, because not all pouring mediums and paints brands go together. Like the Elmer's glue all and water that I use doesn't go together with a lot of American brands, but then a lot of them it does. But now I know that you can buy mont paints in America. I know that you'll get the same results if you're doing what I'm doing. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to pour navy. Okay, I'm going to do the horizontal. So I'm going horizontal. I mean, I'm losing my mind here. Vertical. Is that what I said? Vertical. So it is a thin stripe, but sometimes this navy can take over. And as somebody said, how do you get the cells to look as though they're floating? Well, this is how. It's only with this doing the swipe, because the swipe colour stays solid and then your cells will come up. So that's how you get the cells to look as though they're floating. So what this is horizontal, so we'll start with my trusty plastic file divider. Fantastic tool. You can wash it and it's very inexpensive. So it's just drop it in that navy and swipe. So wipe your swipe tool off before each swipe, before the next swipe. So I'll go just dropping it into that navy, that's all, just the very tip of the swipe tool. So, okay, not too worried about that. So I'm not sure if this will make any difference, but you have to just try something a little different maybe. You don't really want to move the canvas at all, so I'm coming around the back and try it from this way, just very gently but very slowly. There's absolutely no hurry to this. It's all part of your art therapy lesson in relaxation. Let the world not bother you for half an hour of your day while you're painting. It's glorious. Glorious, glorious. Ooh. Okay. It doesn't matter about these little bits because I will just swipe them anyway, because once I've torched you won't even see anything any different. See the little cells popping up? Oh, look at those over there. Haven't even done any heat on it yet. Just this last little bit. Beautiful. Ooh. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's going to be really nice. Okay. So I hope you followed that so far. Should be all good. Yeah, the swipes in different colours. Anything but black and white, just try and use like that. Navy's lovely, it's absolutely fantastic. Do a swipe with yellow too. I'll put up some of my pictures of the different swipe colours and what the results were on my Facebook page. The red is fantastic, crimson is fantastic, burnt umber is great. So okay, I'm using my big butane torch. If you've just got the creme brulee one, then just do the up and down. Temperamental. It must be male, my torch, I reckon. Oh yeah, has a big roar every now and again. Calms down, definitely a male. There you go. Wow. Sound like I'm soothing the baby. To talk to the torch nicely to behave. Ah, shush. Some nice colours popping up there. I probably should have put a bit more white in because it's actually quite nice. I'm not going to torch any more than that. So when people are asking me, how do you get the cells to look as though they're 3D, which they really do when you do it this particular style, it's because you've got the swipe colour and it's making your cells actually stand out and look as though they're just floating around, which is a really cool effect. Now all of those colours will start popping through. They're so vibrant, really gorgeous. Do a close-up for you. And when the video finishes, there will be at the end of it close-up photos for you to have a real good look. Oh, let's see how I go. Okay, it's not, I have to take my gloves off, but oh, it is so pretty, really, really vibrant. Oh, please have a go at that one. Horizontal swipes. You've got, look at the, really do look as though those cells, 3D effect, as though they're just floating there. Really nice effect. So give it a go and please send me a photo on my art page of what you've come up with. Now you can either very well just leave it as it is, because that will actually morph. The cells will start to stretch out. So you could leave it as it is, or you could give it a balloon kiss. I just tried one balloon kiss to show you, but if you got to that stage and you loved it, just leave it. But I love to show the effect of the balloon. Okay, so, oh no, Jilly has the balloon kiss happening. Yeah. All right. Just one or two, okay? Just one or two, just to show you. See how the colours pop through? Still a bit too much paint on there for it to look really effective. So what I would do if I wanted to do this whole thing and have a balloon effect is leave it for about 30 to 40 minutes. So the paint spreads out, settles, absorbs into the canvas a little, and then come back and balloon kiss it. But just for the sake of this, oh yeah, that's pretty. There. Let's wipe the balloon off in between each balloon kiss. That's pretty. It's really nice. Did I say I was doing one balloon kiss? So okay, like I've said, if you love it as it was, don't do any balloon kissing. But because I absolutely love the finish on a balloon kiss, I will just show you. Okay, I'm not going to do any more right now because that paint is too wet, so it's all just falling in anyway. But sometimes even though it falls in, it doesn't then actually create a flower looking, it creates a butterfly looking because the paint will fall in around it. So it still does give a nice effect. But I'll leave that with you, and at the end of this video there'll be some photographs of the end results. Okay, thanks for joining me again. Thanks so much for the people that have subscribed to my YouTube channel. Very much appreciate it. Thanks for the fantastic, beautiful comments that I have had recently. I am overwhelmed and fills me with joy. So thanks you guys, and see you again next time.